Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my day 5, or actually my day 6 of my Facebook Live challenge in bringing more harmony to your family, helping you lower stress and anxiety, and increasing family members' engagement. This is what I specialize in, is leadership and parents and family coming together and really enjoying being with each other. So my name is Jacqueline T.D. Huynh, and I am the owner and the trainer of Integrative Minds. This is my company where I help people become the leader that people want to follow. And I also am doing this because I'm announcing my 3-month program. It's called the Harmonious Family Blueprint, the 3-month program that will forever change your family. It's going to start July 31st, and we're going to go for 12 weeks. And every day for the 30-day challenge, I'm taking little bits and pieces from my program so you can see what value that you get from the program. And we dive deep in it so that you come out transformed, obviously, and a whole new person. Hopefully someone that you love even more. I know that this whole program is something that I've been doing for a long time. It's a culmination of all my education, all my training, and all my work with my clients and even my own family to see what worked, what didn't work, and how I tweaked it. So this is sort of like my baby project. So today our talk is about values. You know, we always hear this word values, and I don't think a lot of us know what values really mean. And then there's also the core values. The core values are usually your top 5 values. So let's get into it. What are values? So values are your guiding principles. I can tell you that it's very important in our family, and we don't even really have any set rules. Our rules are just really our guiding principles, our values, and it makes it so much easier to maintain harmony in the family when you can live by what's important to you. So values are your guiding principle, and it's the hidden driver in us that shapes how we behave. They are a statement of who you are and what you believe in. That's truly important in the way you live, the way you work, the way you play. And they will really reflect your sense of identity of who you are, your strength, your weaknesses. And they are, for me and a lot of people I've seen, they're the reason why we do what we do and the reason why we don't do what we do, right? It's something that we find really important. When something really, really matters to us, we bring a vast amount of energy, a vast amount of focus and passion and perseverance. So when it's really important, it determines how high we put it as a priority on the list. And deep down, you probably measure your life and how it turns out and the way you want it to be through your values. This is how important values are. So here's the thing: a lot of people don't even know what their values are, what their core values are. But when the things that you do and the way you behave matches your values, you're going to find that life is usually really good. You're happy, you're content. But when those things don't align with your values, then things feel really wrong. And you're probably very unhappy. And this could be situation, it could be people. So a better way of understanding your values excuse me, is to think back of a time when something happened that really, really bothered you, and then ask yourself why it made you so upset. because I can almost guarantee you that one of your values, one of your top 5 values, were violated. And that's why you were so upset. It could be something your kids did. It could be something your partners did, a friend did. So take a note of that. Okay, so the difference between a good company and a great company, or even a successful company, and the same thing, a difference between a good family and a successful family is that they care about each other's values. Okay, so leveraging value is the key to high engagement and high performance. What it does it unleashes the creativity, the innovation, and the passion in people when you can align with their values. So for companies, I can tell you it's very important that they identify their values, right? If you go to any of the top company, whether it's Google's or Zappos or even some of the big insurance companies, you always can find where they have their core values. And they'll define what their core values is, integrity, communication, teamwork. You'll see these things, and they'll have a mission statement and a vision statement. So that is one reason why I almost, I don't want to say demand it, but I really, really encourage families to have all 3. And in the program, we help you find your family's 5 core values and create a mission and a vision statement. So why do values matter? Because the reason we start with values, every company, and even Stephen Covey talks about this in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective Family. We start with the values because that's where most conflicts happen, is because it's the result of differing values. What's important to you is not important to the other person. At least it's not of a high importance, right? So another reason is because most planning fails because the values are not articulated early enough in the process. So ultimately, we prioritize our time, we prioritize our energy, and even our money according to what we find important, which is our values. So how does values help you? How does knowing your values help you? So first of all, values exist. It's kind of like gravity. You can believe that gravity doesn't exist or not, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be there. So values is there. What you find important is there. So life can be so much easier when you can acknowledge your own value as well as every family member's value. And then you can make plans, you can make decisions, and then you honor each other's values. So, for instance, what we value as family may be time together, but you have to work 70 hours a week in your job. Do you think you're going to feel internal stress and conflict? Do you think you'll feel maybe even a little sadness and things like that that could lead up to that? So that's why you got to think about, values as to where you are now. Our values changes depending on where we are in our life, obviously. And for another example is, I don't really value competition. I'm not really a competitive person. I really like collaboration, like working together. Even if I work with other coaches and other trainers who do exactly the same thing I do, but I just don't see it as competition because their life experience and their learnings, even if it's the exact same thing that we went through, maybe they went through a divorce, maybe they had issues in their childhood that were the same as me. There's, depending on where their perspective is and what they took as learning, it's going to be totally different in their teaching. And so I invite you to never look at someone as a competition, but really as a collaboration. So to get back with me, so I don't like competition, and if I had to work in a sales environment that was highly competitive, I can tell you I would be very, very unhappy. or if I had to work in an environment where I had to work long hours, I would be very unhappy, and it most likely will affect my physical health, because it goes against so much of what I find is important, so much against what my core value is. So in types of situations like this, you can understand how values can really help. But when you know your own values, you can actually use them to make decisions about how you live your life. And you can even answer questions like what job I should pursue, where should I move to, should I accept this promotion, should I quit my job and start my own business, should I compromise on this point with my husband or wife or my children, or be firm with my position, and should I follow tradition or travel down a new path? These are all things that you can easily answer if you knew what your core values are. So it's really important for you to take the time to understand and really prioritize your life, and you're able to determine the best direction for you and your life goals. So one thing I want to give a hint to you, a tip. So values are usually fairly stable. They don't have a lot of limits or boundaries. And you're going to move through life and your values going to change, right? So for example, when you were in college, your values and what's important to you was probably very different. It was probably a lot of freedom and success and career, and probably was measured a lot on money and status and having fun and things like that. But think about it now. You have a family, you have kids, you have commitments, you may have life dreams. So having a work-life balance may be a lot more important to you. Spending time with your family and loved ones is probably a lot more important to you than a student that just graduated from college, right? So as your definition of success changes, so does your value. As your life experiences changes, your values are going to change. So this is the thing, that's why I'm saying this, is because you've got to keep in touch with your value. It's actually a lifelong exercise. So every 2 years or so, I go back and do my values exercise, and find out what it is now, what's important for me now. And when you join the program, you're going to go through the exercise too, and you're going to be able to go back to it every 6 months, wherever you want. When something changes in your life, you want to go back to the exercise and figure out what it is. And as a family, your family core values I don't want to say might, will most likely change, because something that your child finds important at 8 years old, he or she is not going to find important anymore at 15 or 16. And so this is how your family can grow together, and you make decisions, you plan a vacation, you plan colleges, and even friends. Like, I know as parents, we worry about who our kids are friends with. So as we know the priority and the importance of what we want as a family and what our children want, we can help them navigate who their friends should be. So I just want to thank you for taking the time out and listening to my day 6. Wow, I can't believe I'm on day 6 already. And what we've covered today is just one tiny part. It's actually the first module in my my program, my 3-month program. So we have 10 modules actually in the program, so you'll see how in-depth we go. And I can tell you're going to come out totally transformed. So right now I also am doing interview sessions, because I want to make sure that the people who are signed up for the program is ready for it, and it's something that you would want to do. So I am offering an early bird discount. So if you call me and schedule a session, and you sign up before July 20th, I am offering a discount of the normal price of $1,997 and taking half off to $997. And on top of that, I'm also going to offer a 1-hour private session with me on top of it. So there's a great quote that I really love. It's change can happen in an instant, but you have to take that chance and make that choice. And when you master choice, what you master is your destiny. So think about what change you want, and you can make that choice right now. It only takes 1 second. So please email me at info@integrativeminds.com and tell me you want to schedule a complimentary session, and I'll send you my calendar and we can talk. The email address is also in the notes, and please share this video if you find it informative in any way. And also, if you are watching this video after it's aired live, please comment in the show notes. Okay, thank you so much.